Hello folks, my name is Girish. I am a product designer. On this channel, I teach implementable skills to help you elevate in your design career and help you become better UX and product designer. User journey map is a visual representation of how user interact with a product or service at each stage to accomplish his goals. If you are a CX, business or marketing person and who is looking for how to create end-to-end user journey map, then this probably not the best one. But if you are a UI UX designer or a product designer who wants to understand a simple way of building user journey map to identify the user needs and work on improving the experience at each stage, then this one is for you. At the end of this video, you will be able to easily map out your journeys and you will be confident and excited to do so because it's not that difficult. So without further ado, let's get started. As I said, user journey map is a visual representation of how user interact with a product or service at each stage to accomplish his goal. By creating user journey map, you will be able to empathize with the user and discover potential opportunities to improve the overall experience. There is a 4-step process to create your own user journey map. Let's get started. Step number 1, define goal. To create any user journey map, you need to have a fixed goal, fixed target that you want to achieve. So this particular target comes from the business and based on what is most important and most critical for the project to get done at the very first stage. If you are working in a typical agile project, you will be needing this information that for this particular sprint, what is the target and what problems we are going to solve for the user. In second step, you have to gather required information. So this could be contextual inquiries, research, web analytics, feedbacks, then competitive analysis, and various methods by which you can understand who is the user, what they are doing. There could be a possibility that you will find almost no information at all around this particular project because it's very new and you have to start it from scratch. So you don't have to worry. Identify the persona and have a detailed information about his goal, expectations and frustrations. If you have this much of data, good to go. Third stage, get together. In this step, you call upon the most important business folks, stakeholders, SMEs, technical people and real users if possible and bring them together in a room to actually discuss the problems in the existing product. In case of new product where you don't have anything existing, you can talk about the competitor products and find the gap, what needs to be filled with your product. Now, based on the stakeholders' feedback and everyone's agreement, you will be able to identify the core problems that you need to solve to accomplish the given goal. You can solve few problems, you cannot solve them all. So you have to prioritize and then tackle those few problems in the given sprint. So by end of this exercise, you will be having a clear goal and the problems that you will be solving for that particular sprint. Now the fourth step is actually the one for which you are waiting, is actually mapping the journey. So here we go. Our goal is defined: promote buying clothes online from fashionstore.com. There will be 4 stages in which you will be defining your journey. Rajesh is your persona and buying clothes is your final goal. Let's define this 2 first and then start the journey. User will discover about fashionstore.com from various channels like company outlet, advertisement, friends and Facebook ads. He will learn from various sources about the website and finally decide to visit the website and do some research that okay, this website offers what and whether it matches with the my requirement or not, and finally user will buy clothes. This is very high level flow and gives overview of how user will interact with the fashionstore.com, how he will be reaching to fashionstore.com. It's difficult to buy clothes online because a lot of things matters like size, shape, comfort with respect to clothes. So there will be blockers in user Z, and for each product there will be different blockers, and you capture those blockers in how might be statements and try to solve them one at a time. So in this case, at learn stage, there could be how can we attract young audience, and decide how can we promote easy written policy, how can we promote a specific product or category, in goal how can we ease the payment process, and there could be many other problems that you may want to solve at each stage. But you have to take one at a time and see how can you solve that particular problem, just so that you will be able to dive deeper and find those solutions. So in this case, how might we promote the easy written policy? Let's take that as an example and draw one more user journey map. So discover, learn, decide goals. Rajesh and his goal is buy clothes. Now user will discover about decide, he will filter items, he will search, then he will view photos, see description, try to identify the relevance and trustworthiness of the site, then satisfied with the brand value, then he will shortlist clothes to buy, and again think about the perceived value of the brand and product, and finally decide to spend money on that product and buy clothes. Now this is a user journey map, again giving you much deeper understanding of how user will interact. It could be even more deeper as you go more zoom in, and it is pretty much possible, but for the example's sake I have given this example so that we can easily understand the process first, and then we can go as much deep as we want to. Now at each step you have to also understand what are the opportunities which are helping user to make the decision of buying clothes online, and in this case promote easy written policy is our main objective. So what are the opportunities in that area at each stage? So these are a few opportunities based on the problem that you are solving. There could be a few irrelevant opportunities that you might want to shut down and just focus on the key ones, so that you will be focusing on this, and at the end of the process you will be able to judge the progress or success in these opportunity areas. Now this will give you a fair amount of idea how to create user journey map for a bigger goal, and then how to come and zoom in to a journey where you want to focus your efforts and try to find best path for user, and then improve the journey as you go along. I hope this will give you a fair amount of idea how to create user journey map for your own project. This is a very simple process. You can detail it as you go along, as you are more comfortable creating user journey map. So now you know how to create a user journey map. Let's take a quick recap. Step number 1, define your goal. Step number 2, gather the required information. Step number 3, gather everyone from business to design product and actual users if you can. Try to understand impediments to achieve this goal. Make those problems as how might be statements. Take one how might be statement and build user journey around that. While doing that, you will come across problems which you need to tackle separately, and create another user journey map, just taking one problem at a time and try to solve that. During this process, you will be able to identify the opportunities and the areas where if you improve your application, then you will be able to kind of build that delight factor. Once you do that, you are good to go. You can use this user journey map in your design and reap a fruit of a detailed understanding of user behavior and how you are really going to solve the problem, and finally achieve the goal from where you started in the first place. I hope this will answer your questions around user journey map. If you have few more questions, then comment them below and I will try to answer it. If you find this video valuable, hit like, and until next time, bye bye. As I said,